So we're out here in front of the pet store this evening working with Chip and his reactivity towards seeing other pups on the leash, as well as his impulse control when he sees people. Want him to get used to redirecting his focus back to us in either case. And then we have the anti-bark collar on, as well as his head halter. And just got some treats with us too. It's a little after 5:30 right now, so hopefully people will be getting home from work and done with the traffic, and coming out to the pet stores for running errands with their pups. It's a little bit quieter after the Christmas holiday, but there's still some people around shopping. So it's still a good opportunity to work with him in a social setting. Sometimes at night too in the neighborhood, if he sees one individual person and they have like a hoodie on or something, he gets apprehensive and starts barking. It's kind of a little bit of a different scenario here when everybody's kind of well lit. You can kind of see people coming from a distance. But we still want to practice him redirecting back to us when he sees somebody, as opposed to just kind of moving forward to greet them on his own, or barking and being unsure of things. How you doing? Good boy. So what will generally help is being in front of the store, because that's when people will be going in and out with their pups. And depending on how he reacts, moving either further away or closer if he does well, and then also going, of course, inside. Sometimes being inside can be easier than outside in this big open area. You could always just round a corner in an aisle to help break line of sight and help break that fixation. But out here in this open space, we can always kind of move back away from the pup that is exciting him, and then also move closer towards the pup as he displays good self-control. So we're just gonna play around with that for a little bit. Just looking out for families coming by. Thanks. Good boy.
What's his name?
This is Chip.
Chip.
You want to say hi, Chip? Good boy. So I had the leash loose there, but tightened it up just when the little girl was walking by in case he moved forward suddenly and startled her or anything, but he just turned, so that was good. Being able to control the length of the leash, especially in situations like this, can help out a lot. Right, we still want it nice and loose, but he doesn't have much leeway when he does start to pull or move forward. Oh, good boy. Good job. Doesn't have enough leeway to get himself in trouble, right? But we're not holding him back the whole time. Got a couple cars pulling in here, so that's always a good sign. We'll see if anybody's got any pups with them. And for some pups, this can be the hardest thing too, is just having to sit still, right? And not be able to move forward and engage with other dogs. So what I'll do is just kind of gauge how the situation's going and how he's responding. And then I also might like move back and forth away from the door. We'll do some walking exercises. And none of those people had any pups with them. That's okay. Just kind of like fishing, you know. You want to be out on the lake in hopes of catching something. Sometimes it can take a while. you can increase your chances of fishing with the right bait and going during a time when there's lots of fish in the water. But if it is too quiet, like it is right now, what we'll end up doing is just kind of walking around, doing some leash work while we wait for more cars to come by. So here's another one as well. Good boy. Yeah. This gives him a good opportunity to kind of get settled in too. Not nearly as antsy as I thought he'd be. Before this, we made sure to get a good walk in around the neighborhood so that way he can relieve himself, especially when you're out working in public areas. You want to try to avoid those messes whenever possible. We still have potty bags with us just in case, but he already went number 2 and he's already peed a couple times, so he should be okay. Alright, good boy. Let's go this way. So we're just going to practice some good leash work out in public. What we want to really keep an eye on is his distance from people, and also, oh gosh, good boy, and also anything on the ground that he may get into that he shouldn't. Come here, bud. Good boy. Boy. So especially in public places, we want to try to not be in anybody's way while we're practicing with them.
Going back to PetSmart.
Especially since he is a big dog, and if he does bark, he can startle or scare somebody. Good boy. Good boy, Chip.
Right?
Alright. Boy.
I'm gonna look. I didn't
Good
think
boy.
to look in my purse. Maybe after the
Yes, good boy. And that's what we're looking for. We just want him to look and not just immediately start moving towards somebody, just because he is a bigger dog, could startle them. They could be allergic to dogs, they might not like dogs. There's lots of reasons why we want to kind of control the engagements as much as possible. And most of the time it will be pretty obvious when somebody wants to meet him, right? They'll approach you and they'll be interested in saying hi. And then also sometimes it'll be pretty obvious when people don't want to meet him, right? They'll be moving away. But it's always better that we control those engagements as opposed to having him do it. Just practicing some loose leash walking here. This is a pretty good spot to do it here as well, because he keeps going straight. I'm going to go left, and that's going to add that leash pressure in. I'm going to go ahead and add some pressure again here so he doesn't go that way. Good boy. Want to make sure, of course, that we keep a good eye on the length of the leash and how close or far away we are to the roads. That way he doesn't accidentally run out in there and get hit. So a lot of just practicing with the length of the leash, keeping an eye on the ground, keeping tabs on our surroundings. People can come up from behind too. Good boy. Good shot. This way. And then whenever he does give me his focus like that, I'll go ahead and turn, have him follow. Chip. Chip. Good boy. A little distracted. There's a few things going on, but not too much. Okay, so now I'm going to start walking this way. Good boy. Wait. Yes. Good boy. Make sure he doesn't get into anything at the trash can also. This way. Good. Wait. Hi, how you doing? Good boy. We're gonna give him the wait command and then some help with the leash or prompting if we need it, but we don't want to be holding him back the whole time. Okay, he's interested in going to the person. Good boy, there we go. Same thing here. So he's very curious whenever he's not apprehensive, so that's good. The leash is nice and loose, pretty far away from everybody. He's remaining calm still. Good boy. Good boy. Chip, come. Good boy. Want to try to stay out of everybody's way as much as possible too. So now when he's pulling you a little bit too much, go ahead and brake left. Chip, this way. Boy. Okay. Just checking out the trash can, just make sure that he's not getting into any food. Boy. And especially in more crowded environments like this, when we have both people and hi, how you doing? Good boy. Good job, big guy. So when you have both people and cars nearby, having him in a closer heel position can really help. Oh, here we go. Come here, bud. Good boy. Good boy. Wait. Yes, good boy. And that's what we're looking for. We want him to be interested and see people, but we want him to still remain calm and composed and focused back onto us. So that was really good there. Okay. Gonna give him a little bit more leeway again. Just like on our walks around the neighborhood, we want him to, get out and explore his new surroundings, especially when there's a lot going on and he's excited, but at the same time, don't want him to just pull or anything. Good boy. Had to walk forward a little bit there to give some leash pressure for him to follow, so he got out of the way of the door. We got some more people coming in and out of the pet store, but no pups. It's fine. So here, right, he's going around the left of the pod. I was going around the right, just using a little bit of leash guidance. So it gets excited and starts going forward. Just use the leash as a boundary. We got a couple cars that are pulling in here, so we'll wait here, see if they have any pups with them. Good boy. Good job. Come here, big guy. Good job. Wait. Wait. Good boy. Good wait. Good job, big guy. You're doing good. He's doing really well with people. Hasn't barked or seemed a little bit too interested. Oh, we got a little dog coming. This will be good. So what we want to try to do is get some movement going. I want him to be walking so he sees the dog, and then if he starts to overreact, what I'll do is I'll turn, right, and kind of do that U-turn. Good boy. Chip. Yes, very good. Oh, dog is crying. That's bringing his attention back to it a little bit. Chip. Chip. No, Chip. Chip. Good boy. So as soon as he starts to get too excited, right, I want to move away. I want to keep him as much as possible from fixating on the pup. And then when he stopped kind of crying there, letting him see from a distance. Good boy. Yes. You can see where having the head halter can really help with the additional leverage and being able to control him in that case, right? Really kind of turning his head and his attention, kind of walking away and then walking back, because I don't want him to not see the dog altogether. I just need him to have like a little bit of a break, right? And get some distance so that way he doesn't get too excited and do that, right? Chip. Good boy. Yes. Wait. Okay. Wait. Come. No. Good boy. There we go. So we got 2 little pups that went in. Right. Needed some help with redirecting. Oh, I don't know. He's mostly crying, I think, because he wants to go in. And that's the thing with leash aggression too, is that Especially for him, he just wants to go and investigate, but just gets frustrated because he cannot, right? But especially when he is much bigger than like those smaller dogs and he's barking, it's going to be really hard to convince the other owners to allow him to say hello. So he really needs, for his own benefit, to be able to control himself like he does with people, but also with dogs. Good boy. The good thing is too, when you're out here and just kind of keeping track of things, it makes it pretty easy because we know that 2 small dogs went in with their owners, which means that eventually we'll have two small dogs come out. So we'll get practice again on round 2. And what we'll do is we'll play around a little bit with the distance because he was still a little bit too interested and reactive at around that distance. We're going to start off a little bit further away. And I still want him to be facing the other pups. Okay? I want him to see, and then as soon as he starts to kind of get too excited or he might overreact, then we're going to go ahead and turn, break his fixation and focus, right? And then turn back when he calms down. Almost too much right now when he gets excited to just get his attention like we have been. So we have to kind of really, good boy, really rely on some desensitizing and then hopefully the collar as well for some corrective behaviors. Good boy. So we want him to know, of course, if he focuses on us, then he gets rewarded, but if he barks and isn't focusing on us, that he's going to get either the beep or the vibrate or the static if he continues. That's another reason why we want to try to practice him redirecting and calming down before he gets to that point, to really try to help him as much as possible be successful and not have to, learn through corrections, because it's not really, ill intent right now, and it's not really something that is kind of his fault, right? He just trying to catch up on him being used to being around and seeing other pups, right? It's not like he's done anything bad to them or anything. Good boy. So what we'll do is just some, easy big guy. What we'll do is just some casual back and forth, walking around these plants. That'll kind of get us moving and warmed up. I'm going to keep him on a closer kind of heel position here. Good boy. This way. Yes. And I'm going to turn and walk with him. Come. Good boy. And get him used to that. So also, in case he does start getting too excited, we can use our body to block him too. And now he wants to play. I wish I brought his toy. Good boy. Alright, good boy. Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Yeah, you playing? You biting a lead? Huh? You biting a leash? Yeah. Good boy. Good boy, come. So having him here makes it easier, right, when I'm doing tighter turns to keep him with me. And then also, if he's alongside us, what we could also do when we need to break his attention is body block, right? Turning in. Good boy. I know. Hi. Hello. Hi. 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 Oh. Now he's getting bored and wanting to play. Ow. Good boy. We'll let him out. Yes, good boy. Take advantage of that to practice him not biting us, but instead biting a toy or a lead. Would prefer him to bite the tug toy, but we didn't bring it with us this session, unfortunately. But another good reason why it's good to have something to occupy him when he gets excited, because he just wants to play over here. Oh, so now when he gets too excited, bark collar will also go off. Good boy. Gentle. And that'll help to calm him back down as well. And he just wants to play right now. He's kind of bored, right? We're not really engaging with him too much. It's both good and bad because he's really focused on me and playing, but it's also hyping him up, right? He's going to be even more excited when he sees the pup. So what we'll do is we'll let him get out some of this energy and excitement. And then we'll work on calming him down. Good boy. Leave it. Good boy. Up. What's that, big guy? There we go. Someone figured out their car alarm system. Alright. Now that he's settled back down, we'll be waiting for the pups to come by again. He's definitely getting much better about engaging and disengaging during play, and that just comes with practice, especially when he's amped up and excited. Right? So what we'll usually do is just kind of play inside, and then as soon as he starts biting, we do the ow and we have him disengage. Then we play again, and as soon as he starts biting, we have him disengage. Good boy. Right? So that way, it's only when he's super excited, like he was for a moment there, and just really wanted to play, when he just starts using his mouth, like it's pretty natural for him. But getting him to kind of learn to stop it. Leave it. Good boy. Good job. So once again, we're just kind of waiting for those two pups to come out. No other people with dogs have come in yet. So just kind of walking around, practicing with them out here. This way, big guy. Good boy. Good boy. What do you think, big guy? It's starting to rain again. Unfortunately, this camera isn't waterproof, but we'll stay underneath, as close to the building as possible. There's actually some some covering that way too, and this way. I think that way might be closer for the pups, which would be good. And we got some kids running across right now, so see if that gets them excited. Chip, good boy. That's understandable. It pretty much looks like they were running right at him. What you could also do again to help him break that fixation is just turn and start walking the other way. And I just wanted to see how he would react and see if the collar was at a good enough setting to help with disrupting the behavior. Might need to tweak it and adjust it up a little bit, or have the static corrections come on earlier, maybe on the very first one, a lighter one, and then have it build from there, or have a stronger one and then consistent tapers from there, so that way we can really get him to redirect in the beginning, right, as opposed to letting him bark, a couple more times before it actually jumps up in those levels. And that's another reason why you just want to kind of be out here and practice. That way we can make those adjustments, and also vice versa too. Like, we'll be able to recognize if the setting on the collar is too loud, right? He barks once and he ends up crying or something like that because it's just too high. And that's always good to know, to be able to adjust to. Good boy. Thanks. Good boy. You hear that? You're pretty. Alright, come here, big guy. Gotta stay out of the rain here. Let's go over here underneath this canopy. I'm gonna try to cross while those little dogs aren't gonna be exiting right away. So we're gonna see how they are in the line. They're still not there too, so that's fine. That's fine. I wonder if we missed them while walking. I don't think we did. So, it's okay. This location will be a little bit better. I'll probably even go to this next canopy. Come here, bud. I know, you want to smell. Hold on. There we go. So now we're a little bit further away. He's got some new smells to help with distracting him. And we are now not in the rain. Really good. And depending on, what your family will be using him for, not all barking is going to be bad. You'll have certain situations or instances when there may be somebody coming into the house in the middle of the night, which he is unsure of. That then his barking is really good. Same with going into the yard. And then also if somebody unknown was running up from behind you, you might also want to know in case you're distracted on your phone or something. So it's not that we want him to stop barking altogether. We want him to be able to control it, or at least understand when, we would like him to stop, right? The practice is to help make him less sensitive to all these things. If we're constantly out at a high school track meet, get used to watching kids running around all day. Would be a great way to kind of get him desensitized to that situation that caused him to bark earlier. And then like right now, what we're doing with the pups, just working on him seeing them from a distance and redirecting and not being able to engage and not barking. Good boy. I am very confused because I still have not seen them leave. They were really small and we were walking around, but I'm pretty sure we were paying attention the whole time. Good boy. It's a shame because outside of those moments too, he actually is doing really well in general in his social situations here. He definitely seems interested, right? but it's not too hard to control him from just automatically running up to some people. The only people that he's barked at so far were those kids that were running, really quickly towards him to get into the store because of the rain. Just using the leash as a boundary there. Good boy. All right. We may have to call it after. Hopefully, we see these pups leave. That way we can kind of get back in time to get everybody situated and walk for dinner. But he didn't do too badly. We got a couple more people pulling in. He wants to go out there, but I can't because of the rain. So just using the leash as a boundary, having him kind of give up. It's also pretty close to the pet store door there. I don't want it to be too much closer in case those little pups come out. All right, so there's one of them. All right, so as soon as he sees those kids are distracting him. No, the kids are distracting him. There we go. Good boy. Chip. Good boy. Yes. Hi, how you doing? Chip. We had somebody come up from behind us too. Oh man. So, it was good and bad. It was good because he got to see the dog, but it was almost like as soon as they were all the way crossing the street there, and they were walking away from him too, and that also makes it easier. It's bad because the kids here are just hanging out in the middle of the street. Oh, there we go. This will be good. Shh, this way. Good boy. This way. Sit. Good boy. Come. All right. So now he sees it. Good. Good boy. Yes. Much better. Good boy. Good boy. Good. There we go. Good. Good boy. That's what I want. Good job. I want him to see and not bark, and I had to really help him out there because that dog was starting to bark at the people that were coming in, and that was definitely, as you can see, kind of amp him up. Chip, come here. Good boy. All right. So you see how we just used the leash pressure, redirected, and moved the opposite way of what was interesting to him and he was fixated on, just enough to kind of break his attention with the dog, and then reintroduce him when he was not barking and a little bit less excited, right? And then letting him see the dog as they pass by. So that was actually really good. A little difficult, but that's why it's good to get out and get as much practice in the real world as possible, because you can see obviously things don't always go to plan, but at least we still got in some good practice today despite the rainy weather. I know tomorrow is going to be raining even more, so we're going to do some indoor work at the Home Depot and some walking work. I wanted to try to get at least some more of his dog work in this week too. Good boy. You did good though. Are you ready? That's it. Oh. Good boy. Who's that? Who's that? Goodness. All right, let's go. He managed to pick himself up a little bit of a treat. It was down at the lower part of the counter, so we went ahead and bought it for him. He seems to like it too. It's like a chicken collagen thing. Don't even see the cute little puppy there. So that could also be a good way to keep him from barking when there's other pups around. Might try some longer lasting chews next time too. Alright, so I guess we'll let him finish up his treat and then we'll head out here. Just got some more dog food and treats for him. But this is what he liked. Picked it up for himself and we'll see if it does well with his stomach. Come on, bud. You still got some little pieces. There you go. Okay, good boy.